welcome back, NFL 5 fans. This is Joseph Ramirez, and here going to give you a couple of Dektech profiles today. Um, Most of you seen on the Facebook page that I posted some uh, of the decks that I think are the basically the best decks right now. Mm, Playing, play testing, and playing the games. Lots of fun. Definitely in a competitive format where it's not league play or exhibition style. Um, no give me no fun type decks. These are strictly high level competitive decks. Your friends will not have fun playing against these. Um, Basically, what I would think I would bring is definitely one of these decks, and would be one of the ones that I would play for like the main championship um, before basically to win big prize money tournament, whatever it would be. Obviously, we know competitive card gaming and things like that. It's a different level. There's the fun aspect, build fun decks, things that are cool, and you know, then there's play to win decks. So I'm gonna try and do something a little different in the future here. I'm gonna see if I can get some um, since I can't really do a lot of Zoom uh, games that I can find other people to play. And then locally, it's been hard with COVID. I'm trying to get my son to play and learn the game a little bit more so we can actually do some live videos for you, which you'll see I posted one kind of showing him these decks and showing him the game. But I didn't really feel it was very fair since he doesn't know starting at that particular type of level. But anyways, enough of all that. Let's get right into the deck profile, what you want to see. But in the future, hopefully, we'll see. I'm trying to work a way out to do solo game where I can actually show the power of these decks and play strengths, play strategies, things like that. Yeah, definitely. Let's get right into it, though. Of course, the all-star lineup on defense. We've got Melvin Ingram the third. We've got Levante David, Takaris McKinley, Bobby Wagner, and the namesake Ndamukong Suh. Sorry defense. Bobby Wagner. I know we talked about Luke Kuechly probably being the most played, but I think Bobby Wagner's one of the most important defensive players. Just being able to net you an action card. And I've noticed that in this particular deck, you really always bench him. Um, but there are certain situations where you do bring him out in place of McKinley, especially if you know it's getting close to the half or you've net yourself down action cards. Then you can Bobby Wagner, Melvin Ingram into Bobby Wagner again, just to try and start netting you back some of that to get the advantage back. It helps for when you play the matchup against like the Josh Allen decks where they like to discard your hand, then you can just replay your action cards because this deck technically doesn't need actions on defense to beat that deck. That deck just can't beat this because I don't need action cards to safety you every time. It's just a lockdown safety every single time from the 25. And so if they want to discard my hand, that's fine. That's what Bobby's in the deck for, to replenish it. So definitely good. This particular defense or this particular offense and deck build, you'll see very unique. It's my favorite one of the two. I feel like, in my opinion, this one's probably slightly advantage. The advantage kind of goes to it. Now, uh, this particular deck is Derrick Henry, 2020 Derrick Henry. Um, for those of you that don't know, Derrick Henry is start of the possession. You may exhaust all of your other players on the field. If you do, your other characters may not be energized or designated to run or receive the ball. All successful plays gain an additional 10 yards, and this player does not exhaust from running or receiving the ball. So we've got him, and then we've got Tom Brady and Drew Brees, two legends, right? Then we have Justin Tucker, and Kyle Juszczyk. So the idea is to essentially offensively go like this. Juszczyk on the bench. Derrick Henry triggers at the start of the possession, and then you chain Tom Brady, Drew Brees, draw an action card, search for an action card, discard one. And then later on in the series, you'll see, but you can pretty much substitute, bring in use check, and that gives you an extra 20 yards on a run, which you're pretty, all of their guys are going to be exhausted from basically what you want to do. And you'll see in the action deck is either have fatigue or go and search for fatigue with Tom Brady. And that what that does is says that their defense doesn't get to play the game. So if you're playing against the SUH Sorry defense, this is probably one of the best counters to it. Simply because he doesn't care if he's exhausted, right? He still gets his ability. So you can just fatigue, put everybody down, and it's hard for the SUH Sorry defense to actually recover from that. They have no, unless they have a not this Sunday, uh, this is going off without a hitch. And so then you get to play the game on offense, pick plays. You get an additional 10 yards on all of your successful plays. You've got a way to kick a field goal if you get within range. And so you have all of these very particular things that are helping you get into that end zone or get the 3 points so that you could put them on offense and then have your Susari defense do its thing. The reason why I actually had Robert Woods in space of Juszczyk. The only thing is when you do fatigue like this and then substitute in on like the next down, he's not ready. So Robert Woods was slightly less effective as Juszczyk, and Juszczyk is after player designation, and I think Robert Woods is whenever, but his guy still has to be ready. So one change that I had made on there. So definitely like it. I'm super excited about this particular one. The reason why I say it's probably better is the toolbox, right? I find that it's better than the other one just because you got Drew Brees who draws a card. Tom Brady searches the action card, gives you everything you need, and then in conjunction with the Bobby Wagner, you're not short on drawing action cards at all ever and going transitioning right into the action cards. Speaking of which, we'll go right into that. I'm not going to show you the play deck because the play decks can vary to whatever you want it to be, however you want to play the specific offense. If you like to, 80-20 run, 50-50, or whatever the case may be, you can design it to your liking to make it work for you. Now into the actions, of course, I've got two substitutions. Substitution is simply there to get in your use check. Same thing with exhausted substitution. Be able to switch them out. Uh, I think I've said it in many of my videos, but these guys I can't say enough of are definitely staple. If you don't have them, go get them. Um, if you don't have them, I have plenty of outworks. Let me know. Send me a um, direct message and ask me. I've got plenty of these, both these and substitute. I got tons of rares, so I'm definitely willing to help out the community. And if you need some of these, definitely this is a staple. Outwork for sure. Outwork and outperform. I think in most of the decks, I'm always playing outperform, and if I have the room, I'm playing outwork. And I think in conjunction, both of these are just too good. Helps to stop defensive plays. It helps gain you more yards on offense. It's just such a dynamic card. These cards are definitely worth putting in every deck. If you guys watched my videos before, Juke has become something that I think is another staple within all of my decks specifically. And Juke is just one of those things where an extra 10 yards means the difference between you getting that field goal or you getting into the end zone. So when you use check Henry and Juke, that's a 30 more yards on any play. That's extra yards. And I like it because you play it during player designation. So after you do all of your little tricks and things, you can actually put that out. Then the next card is Mental Lapse. Mental Lapse is there, of course, to stop the Sorry exhaust effects or even action cards. This card is so amazing. I've said before, I think that this particular card definitely needs to be a two of in your action deck. Um, Even if you just stopping their actions for the whole turn, right? You put them on third down, you put them on fourth down, and you're just like, no actions for you. So whatever they have, they have. They can't outperform, outthink. They can't audible or anything like that. That just stops it. And if they have any gain yardage exhaust effects, those are done too. So mental lapse, I think, very very strong, especially against opposing Susari defenses. You can just play this and you get one free play to basically get out of the 25 dead zone. So then we've got, of course, Locked In. This is a very very strong card when it comes to not exhausting your board. So there's a lot of really great things that you can do with this. You can actually I don't really if you want to, but you can always attach this to use check and keep him on the table. And that way, like when you play fatigue and all your guys are there, he stays on the table if you don't have a substitution. You can put it on your own defensive guys, which was one time that I usually do is I'll uh, I'll put it on my defending Ingrams and um, Sue just so that I can definitely get the combo to go off. So it's important. Um, then we've got of course fatigue. Fatigue, of course, in this particular deck, Derrick Henry. I said this card right here when I made the Susari defense initially. I said this card right here is a total silver bullet. Just says go away. However, it says that your guys don't do anything because they also go sideways, right? And so the best thing was when these two got married and Derrick Henry and Fatigue came out was like, okay, what else can support that? And so Drew Brees, Tom Brady, use check really brought it home. So made that the name stay. And of course, not this Sunday. Very important staple card. Obviously, not much you need it. Um, you need two of. Um, be able to cancel any action definitely turns the tide in a game. Being able to control the game, it's definitely something that when if you're playing an opposing team and even the same deck, right? You're playing the mirror match and they go fatigue, and you go not this Sunday, and your defense gets to do its thing, and their offense just is not going to go anywhere. It's quite amazing. You kind of have to have this. It turns the tide on all of those particular big plays. And then the last action here is specifically for Brian. I know you said you called me out on this. I said that I don't like this card. Basic Instincts. Not that I don't like this card. I have a few videos to prove that I didn't say I don't like the card. I don't like the card by itself. Um, I don't like the card because you play an action and you don't. What I don't like is the negative effect of not being able to draw an action card at the end of the down. Now, this with Bobby Wagner and Drew Brees, I think is amazing because not only can I draw an action card, but I can also pick up an action card that I need, and I don't lose a step because I basically can still. My whole thing around it is if I play this and then I absolutely needed to play something else, I can't do that without negging my action card pool for the entire rest of the half or quarter, right? Because if for some reason I go, I'm going to play Basic Instincts, pick up Not This Sunday, and then use the Not This Sunday, I don't get to draw. So I'm at one action card at best, and that's it. There's nothing else. So when you say I can go Drew Brees, draw the extra action card, play this, and then if I need to still play, I still got that same amount of action cards so that I don't go down, because in this game it's very important resource based. You can definitely lose the war of attrition just off of that, and that's why I think that this card on its own can be very bad, especially on the fact that you can only play it prior to selecting play. Now, this card would be amazing if it said prior to selecting play or at the end of the down, because then you can set up plays for next turn. Like, I'm going to play this and then just pick a card up, and then who cares if I don't draw? I'm already past all that step. So that's one of the reasons why I really don't like the card. But in conjunction with other cards, I think it's great. And plus, I think it's really needed in this particular deck, simply because with Drew Brees, Tom Brady, um, you're searching out. This becomes another copy of Fatigue. This becomes another copy of Not This Sunday. It becomes another copy of Mental Lapse. It just, that's what you need to continue to play. And so that's exactly what you'd want to do in this case. And normally, once you've gone, I've gone on offense once, done fatigue, gone on offense again, done fatigue, gone on offense again, done mental lapse. Once you've gone through that, you're pretty much close to the end of the half anyway. You can always just go basic instincts, pick up fatigue again, go again, and then at the end of the half, just draw back up to 2 if you need to. So that's not too big of a deal there. Um, so it's definitely the the needed in this particular deck, just to make sure that you are continuously playing the game. So definitely, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, ask me. Of course, what to look at, what to look for, the plays. Hopefully, I can get these videos out to you so that you can actually see some gameplay footage, also of how the deck functions and how it works versus somebody else. I haven't really looked to put this in a designer challenge or exhibition, because I just don't think that if someone's not ready for this, um, they're not going to have a good day. At the end of the day, if no one's ready for SUH Sorry and they don't have any answers, like fatigue or exhaust or like Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, which you'll see, um, they just lose. They just lose. They just go. I mean, you'll see in the video, if you watch the video with my son and I when I'm showing him how to play, he did not know kind of like when and what to play. And so at one point, we're sitting there, and I was like, "Look, if you don't have another fatigue or another mental lapse, I'm just gonna safety you." And it was just like, just scoop it up, because that's it's done already. So if your deck isn't built for it and can't hang with this, or I mean just the defense in general, the Susari defense, you're gonna have a bad time. You're not gonna be able to play the game, and it becomes a much different thing, to where I don't know. Honestly, I think, had I kept this particular deck a secret, and not said anything, and pretty much said, here we come to the 2021 championship, this deck would definitely win. And no doubt in my mind, no doubt about it. If they ban him, errata him, or do something to change the functionality of how this works, um, this is just tier zero, hands down. Um, yeah, there's no doubt about it. As much games as I've played and seed, I've tried to play other decks with mainstay things that stop this, and it still doesn't win. The percentage is way too low. So, anyways, I hope you like this deck profile. Look out for the next one. The next Susari is going to be the Rust Cam version, which I think is just as good. In the game, I think they're very very close. When I played in playtesting and stuff, I've had a lot of fun with both. I really like the Derrick Henry version. I think it's just a little bit stronger, but I only say that because I think the Rust Cam version is much more intricate, because you don't get it easy. Um, Derrick Henry version just says go search for fatigue, put their guys sideways, don't worry about them anymore. Um, but it is susceptible to not this Sunday. The Cam Newton Russell Wilson version of the deck says I don't care because I'm not action cards, and so they can very much just stop the Sioux in its tracks with just the guys on the table, and then still get there. So look out for that one. Until the next video, guys. Keep playing. Have fun.